We live in a world obsessed with instant success, viral hits, fast money, overnight fame. But what if the greatest fortune ever built in modern history was built slowly, quietly, by a man who spent most of his life avoiding the spotlight? This is the story of Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, the man who turned $100 into hundreds of billions and still lives in the same house he bought over 6 decades ago. But don't let the calm exterior fool you, because buried behind that soft smile and Coca-Cola in hand is a life of obsession, heartbreak, rejection, rage, and relentless clarity. This is not just a biography, it's a blueprint, a human story of struggle, wisdom, and quiet triumph. Let's begin. Warren Buffett was born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1930, right at the start of the Great Depression. His father, Howard Buffett, was a stockbroker and later a U.S. congressman. But in the early years, the family lived through the terror of watching fortunes evaporate. And Warren, he didn't cry for toys. He read numbers. By age 6, he was selling gum door to door. By age 7, he devoured every book on money in the Omaha Public Library. By age 11, he was buying his first stock, City Service, for $38 a share. But here's the kicker. That stock dropped to $27. Panic-stricken, he sold at $40. Shortly after, it soared past $200. That early pain seared a lifelong lesson. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Warren wasn't just smart. He was wired differently. He had what psychologists call hyper-focus. He could spend hours scanning numbers, financials, reports, while the world played outside. While other kids dreamed of becoming astronauts or athletes, Warren dreamed of owning a pinball machine empire. He bought used machines, struck deals with barbershops, and by age 17, he was making more than his teachers. But underneath this boy genius was someone terrified of something far more human. Warren had a secret weakness. He was terrified of public speaking, so much so that he dropped out of a speech class because he couldn't bear to stand in front of others. Can you imagine? The man who would one day speak in front of thousands of shareholders every year was once crippled by fear. But Buffett did what very few do. He faced it head on. He enrolled in a Dale Carnegie course, paid in cash, and showed up every week, shaking, stuttering, sweating. Eventually, he overcame it. He didn't become charismatic overnight, but he became effective because Buffett doesn't chase perfection. He chases progress. You don't have to be smarter than the rest. You have to be more disciplined than the rest. After college, Warren applied to his dream school, Harvard Business School. He was confident, bright, sharp, but he was rejected, flat out, no second chances. That day, he cried, felt like a failure. The boy wonder was told he wasn't good enough, but this no became the most profitable rejection in history. Why? Because it led him to Columbia University, where he met a man named Benjamin Graham, author of The Intelligent Investor. Graham wasn't just a professor, he was a legend, and he saw something in Buffett. Buffett became obsessed with Graham's philosophy: buy undervalued businesses, ignore the market's noise, focus on intrinsic value. That philosophy would become the DNA of Warren Buffett's fortune. After graduating, he begged Graham for a job, turned down again, so he went back to Omaha, started his own partnerships, scraped together $105,000 from family and friends, and began his journey. From 1956 to 1969, Buffett ran Buffett Partnership Limited. He was meticulous. He set strict rules. He wouldn't invest in tech, speculation, or hype. Only undervalued businesses, often boring ones like textiles, newspapers, and insurance. One of his earliest wins, American Express, when the market panicked over a salad oil scandal. Buffett pounced, bought in while everyone fled. That deal alone multiplied tens of millions. By the time he was 40, Buffett was rich, but there was one decision that nearly ruined everything. In the early 1960s, Buffett started buying shares of a failing textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. He planned to sell them back to the owners at a fair price. They agreed and then tried to cheat him by offering a lower amount. Buffett was furious. Out of pure spite, he bought more shares and took control. But the textile business was dying. Buffett later called this his worst mistake. Yet, instead of abandoning ship, he pivoted. He turned Berkshire Hathaway into a holding company and used it to buy high-quality companies, ones with moats and durable brands, GEICO's candies, the Washington Post, Coca-Cola, and just like that, his mistake became the foundation of his empire. Even after becoming one of the wealthiest men on earth, Buffett drives himself to work, lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500, pays for breakfast at McDonald's. Based on the price of the stock market that morning, he once said, "I'm not interested in cars, yachts, or fancy clothes. I just love reading annual reports." Buffett's power isn't in his net worth, it's in his clarity, his ability to see what matters. He never chases fads. He doesn't time markets. He waits like a sniper in the weeds, sometimes years, for the perfect shot. In 2006, Warren Buffett pledged 99% of his wealth to philanthropy, most of it through the Gates Foundation. Why? Because he believes the ultimate scorecard isn't your bank balance. It's whether the people you care about truly respect you. You only get one mind and one body. Take care of both. Surround yourself with people better than you. Read, think, learn every day. Buffett's life teaches us that wealth is not a destination. It's a byproduct of wisdom, patience, and integrity. Warren Buffett didn't come from money. He was rejected, misunderstood, even underestimated. But he built his fortune one decision at a time, with discipline, patience, and clarity. This is your blueprint too. Start small. Learn obsessively. Avoid distractions. Let time compound your efforts. And above all, stay true to your principles. Because in the end, it's not about becoming Buffett. It's about becoming the best version of you, patiently, quietly, persistently.